Hello, my name is Treyana Barnes, and the agency that I will be presenting about today is Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health Services. It is obviously located in Cincinnati, and they work with people that have mental health disorders as well as addiction and related issues. I will be talking about that in the slides, so I don't want to, spoil it too early. But with that being said, I do want to add that I will be doodling on the pages, kind of circling and highlighting things. So just know that that is me. Don't freak out. But with that being said, and without further ado, let's get into it. So the Greater Cincinnati Behavioral logo is here. And this is what it will look like online, what it will look like um, in many different places on social media. And then this is what the actual building looks like over in East Western Hills of Cincinnati. The GCB mission statement is to ensure people with mental health, addiction, and related challenges lead healthy and productive lives. I can say when visiting and the many experiences that I have with them that they actually do hold that up 100%. Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health Services contact information. So their address is is 1501 Madison Road, Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's the zip code. Over here, their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and they are closed on weekends. But they do have services that help their clients on weekends. They do not just leave them to cope with things on their own. They make sure that they have the resources that they need to get them through the weekend. And I think that is just beautiful. And here is their phone number. Services provided. So they provide tons of services. Actually, I was quite overwhelmed with how many services they have. It is just amazing how many people work in this facility and how hardworking these people are. But let's start at addiction services. So they have treatment programs, intervention programs, education, and prevention programs. What I wanted to talk about was this one. Oh gosh. Oops. Let's delete that. But what I wanted to talk about was their education and prevention services. That I think is amazing because not only are they, treating their clients and intervening for them, they're actually educating the community on addiction and trying to prevent future addicts in addiction cases. And I thought that was very progressive, and I appreciated seeing that. They also have child and family services. So this is like integrated counseling. So like family counseling, they have school-based services that help the children in school, and Every Child Succeeds is actually more of a holistic service. So it talks about children and how they're doing in school, how they're doing at home, how are they doing coping with their mental health issues. So Every Child Succeeds is actually a kind of holistic service, which I really liked. They have employment services with specialized employment services. So they have like these intervention specialists for their clients that will help them get employment, and they will see what are their skills and what they are good at and try and get them some jobs in the community, which I totally believe is 100% necessary, and it is definitely amazing that they have that. Other services provided is mental health services. They have um, criminal justice services, so they will provide a lawyer for some people that can't afford one. They have FIRST, which is identification, treatment, and psychosis. So that's just basically treating people that were diagnosed by them, people that do have psychosis and other related issues. They have homeless services, psychiatric, medical services. One thing that I think is in the slides about their medical services is I loved that they actually can mail out their medicine that they have for their clients. For people that don't have transportation, they have a pharmacy that will actually mail their medicine to their house or to the nearest location so that they don't have to come all the way to the agency. And I thought that was good. And they also have here recovery support services. Um, and there are the many ways that they do that right in here. Eligibility requirements. Pretty much they take everybody, but they do have um, a specific group of people that they work with. So they serve people of all ages suffering with mental health disorders and addiction. The way that you get in is you come and you do a psych review or have an evaluation, and from there they assign you the department that you will be in, and the counselor that you'll be seeing. But when they do your psych review and the evaluation, they see if you have symptoms of a mental health disorder, and to go on to counseling, you have to show signs of a mental health disorder, which, most people that are there definitely do, and they provide them with services as quickly as possible. Participants served, so people with mental health disorders and addiction. Their website says people with mental health disorder and addiction represent one of the largest disenfranchised groups in our city. I definitely agree with that. I've seen it so much, and it's so unfortunate in the city of Cincinnati. So I'm really happy that we have things like Greater Cincinnati Behavioral working against that and helping people in our community. Who we serve. We serve the people on the street with stories no one knows. We serve the people who feel hopeless. We serve the people with nowhere to go, with nowhere else to go. We serve the people sitting next to you at work, trying to hide the pain. We serve your family members, friends, and neighbors. We serve you. This came from Greater Cincinnati Behavioral's website, and it was so beautifully written. I had to put it in the slides. It is just amazing that they are doing this work. And what caught my attention was we serve the person sitting next to you at work. I mean, you don't think about, the people that dealing with these issues, but you never know what people are going through. And some people do hide it. They hide it well. And I am just so happy that they are doing the work that they are doing. Um, and it just really shows that you don't know what people are going through, and they are so big on hope. People that struggle with these issues need hope. They deserve hope, and I am just so happy that they are doing this in the city of Cincinnati. So this here is Robert, a former GCB client who had an incident when he was younger that led him on the road of addiction, unfortunately. But fortunately, he walked into the doors of Greater Cincinnati Behavioral and got himself a counselor, and all of that turned around quickly for this man. Congratulations, Robert. And once again, they're open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday through Friday. Other relevant information, I think I talked about some of this. Greater Cincinnati Behavioral receives services. Oh, if you receive services, I'm sorry, through them, your insurance, even if it lapses, you still get to receive those services. That is amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody's insurance lapse and they have to stop counseling. I don't agree with that at all, and I'm just so happy that this agency is doing that. Once again, their pharmacy mails out medicine to their clients that don't have transportation. This was a little quote they had about hope on their page, and I actually seen this hanging on the wall a couple times when I walked in there. So they're really big, really, really big on hope, um, which is great. People like Robert and the other clients that come through there, a lot of them just need hope. And to just know that they can make it, to know that they're valuable. And I seen this everywhere when I went to Greater Cincinnati Behavioral. This was a flyer that they had up for health screenings and flu shots. They also have a lot of that for the community. And they partner with the New Prospect Baptist Church and the YMCA to put this on. Also, the Evanston Recreation Center, which is right around the corner from the agency, they go out and they do health screenings for the community and flu shots. Okay, this was very helpful. Here is GCB's organizational chart. At first, when I saw that we had to have one, I was like, OMG, how am I going to find that? Did I not ask the right questions? But I went on Hamilton County's organizational chart page. They actually had one connected to their website, and they had this layout of how things go and how they run their agency. They have the ranks, they have how it flows, and everything like that, starting all the way up from the director department of county facilities all the way down to a safety consultant. Okay, so questions. I'm going to go through and just highlight the questions as I go and answer them. Customer service standpoint, how did you feel when you were on site? I was very nervous when I was on site, actually. I was nervous because, one, I didn't want to come off as rude by having, you know, this clipboard on me and trying to take notes because I wanted to make sure that I was, getting everything and just not forgetting any important things. There was also two gentlemen outside that got in a really heated discussion. I got nervous because I didn't want anything to happen to them, and I know with those conditions, some things can get escalated quickly, so I wanted to just make sure that they were okay. I knew I wasn't in danger or anything. I just was really concerned about the men. The staff stepped in pretty quickly, though. How were you greeted? Actually, how it was set up, I was not greeted. Maybe they should change that. It's just that no one is kind of at the doors to greet anybody. You just go to where you're going, and on the individual floors, there was an officer that greeted me as soon as I got off the elevator. But maybe that can be improved. If you were a client, I think if I was a client, my comfort level would probably be good. Not so good at first. I think I would just be nervous to be there. You have mental health disorders, and there's so many stigmas out there. I think that I would be nervous in that aspect, but as far as safety, I would definitely feel comfortable. There was officers there to keep it down, but outside of just being nervous, I think that I would be fine. Barriers to utilizing these services is definitely money, because counseling and medication is expensive, and I just know that that can be a barrier sometimes, but I know that they work very hard to get their clients the services that they need. Is their website user friendly? Yes, very user friendly. I was very excited about that. It's not hard to navigate at all. I would recommend it to anybody to just look it up and see about that. Is the agency easy to contact? Yes, if you just call, it's very easy to contact. What's hard is actually getting in there for a psych review and getting a counseling appointment. That was really hard, just from people that I know that have done it. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you sticking with me until the end and listening about GCB. I'm very passionate about this agency, and I'm happy that you stayed in there and listened. Listen with me, listen to me. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.